JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, gun and ammunition seized in Trelawney. A Glock pistol and 7 rounds of ammunition were seized during a police operation in the Racecourse Lane area of Trelawney on Saturday. The police stated that about 9:30 p.m., lawmen in the area when a man was observed riding a bicycle. On the approach of the officers, he reportedly threw an object into nearby bushes before attempting to flee. It was subsequently subdued and the bag containing the gun and ammunition were recovered. The man was taken into custody in connection with the seizure. However, his identity has been withheld pending further investigations. One of 2 men shot in Beechwood Avenue drive-by dies. One of 2 men who were shot in a drive-by attack on Beechwood Avenue in St. Andrew on Saturday night has succumbed to his injuries. Detectives from the Halfway Tree Criminal Investigation Branch are now probing the circumstances surrounding the death of 42-year-old Rodger-lee Campbell and the injuring of another man. Reports are that both men were standing in front of a shop when a grey Mazda Demio motor car with 3 men aboard was driven up to the location. 2 of the men brandished guns and opened fire, hitting the 2 men. The gunmen escaped in the motor car in the direction of Lyndhurst Road. The police were summoned and both injured men were taken to the hospital where Campbell was pronounced dead. Man arrested after robbery at Hagley Park hardware store. A man has been arrested in connection with a robbery at a hardware store along Hagley Park Road in St. Andrew on Sunday. According to the police, the facility was broken into during heavy rains brought on by Tropical Storm Elsa. After being alerted to the theft, lawmen reportedly responded quickly, and police officers from the St. Andrew South Division have since recovered the stolen lumber, which was found in the Delacree Lane section of Kingston. 1 man has been arrested in connection with the theft. Opposition condemns rampant criminality after cop killed. Shadow Minister of National Security, Senator Peter Bunting, has condemned Friday's murder for police corporal in Pepin, St. Andrew, noting that the opposition rejects what he called rampant criminality across the island. Corporal Devon Thomas was shot dead at a bar about 8:35 p.m. In a statement Saturday, Bunting said, "The wanton taking of lives, including those of law enforcement officers, signals that criminals have neither regard for the sanctity of life nor respect for authority. The recent spike in murders has now reached the JCF," he continued, adding that the opposition rejects this rampant criminality and reaffirms its commitment to working with the government to formulate strategies that can put criminals behind bars and bring some peace and order to society. Bunting further stated that Thomas lost his life at the hands of callous and cowardly criminals who attacked him whilst off duty at a local bar, and by all accounts, Thomas was a fearless crime fighter who served the JCF and his country with distinction. He stated that the opposition grieved with the colleagues of Thomas, while he assured them of the party's full support. He also expressed condolences to Thomas's family. "Notwithstanding the risk, we know you will redouble the efforts to serve and protect the nation and to bring the killers of Corporal Thomas to justice," Bunting finished. According to the opposition, reports are that neither the particulars of the gunmen nor the vehicle which transported them have yet been identified by the authorities. Against the background, the opposition is urging anyone with information that may help to apprehend the murderers of Thomas to report it to the police or through a trusted intermediary such as Crime Stop. Orange Bay on edge after 2 murders. Residents of Orange Bay are on edge following 2 murders in their community where the victim both left for dead inside their houses, which were then set ablaze by their attackers. The latest incident occurred on Tuesday when 56-year-old shopkeeper Marcia Stewart, otherwise called Joan, was murdered and her shop and house set on fire. Stewart's body was found in the house with stabboons when the fire was put out. On Tuesday afternoon, a few concrete walls were all that remained standing after the blaze, with burnt zinc sheets piled up one side of the premises as smoke and a small flame were seen. 3 persons who were sitting on a bench close to the scene lamented the horror. They were soon joined by others who looked on somberly. "This is not good for us. It's the first time something like this happened in our community," said one resident. Stewart was described as a loving person who cared about the community and sold everything and at good price. "I never see anybody in trouble yet. If you come here you don't have all of the money, she not turning your back. Persons come here to buy things. Leave if you go buff and come right back here come buy it," said the woman who refused to give her name. It was a similar story from other residents of Orange Bay. When I heard that them killed Joan, I had to come look. She come here over 35 years now. Me are 53 and she are 56. My children always come up here and buy things. Her shop is always well stocked and she bakes pudding and torta also. I was frightened when I hear the news and she does not deserve this, said another woman. The residents noted that some persons claimed that they heard screams coming from the premises, while others said they heard nothing. The police have reported that about 2:45 Tuesday morning, residents heard stewards screaming for help. A police team was dispatched to the scene, and when they arrived, they saw firefighters carrying out cooling down operations. Stewart's body was later found with chop wounds to the forehead and stab wounds to her left side. No motive has yet been established for the killing. Tuesday's incident came weeks after the body of Alric Higgins, otherwise called Baki, was found with stab wounds in the burnt shell of his house, also in Orange Bay. That attack occurred on June 9, some 3 kilometers away from Stewart's killing took place. But Superintendent Dwayne Wellington, head of the Portland Police, said that investigators have not yet linked the two murders, although both incidents were similar. He said the investigators are still probing both incidents. Since the start of this year, the police have recorded 9 murders in Portland, more than double the 4 recorded over the same period last year. The parish has also recorded 7 shooting incidents, up from 3 last year. Wholeness hands over housing units to South Trelawney families. 3 families residing in communities in southern Trelawney have been provided with shelter under the government's new social housing program, NSHP. Prime Minister Andrew Holness officially handed over the 3-bedroom units in Albert Town, Ulster Spring and Battersea District on Friday. Speaking at the handing over ceremony in Albert Town, Holness said the government is committed to ensuring that every citizen has access to decent housing, no matter their socio-economic status. If you are poor and indigent, it shouldn't be that you live in a little chateau where if the slightest breeze blows, it collapses, or if there's a sprinkle of rain, you get wet. That is a commitment that this government has to our people, that all Jamaicans, regardless of your social standard, there should be a minimum level of sheltered housing that you're entitled to as a citizen of this country, he said. The NSHP, implemented in 2018, is being administered under the housing component of the Housing, Opportunity, Production and Employment Hope Program, with the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation having oversight. It aims to improve the housing conditions of the country's poor and indigent population. As of June 18, a total of 33 units have been constructed under the initiative, with another 10 nearing completion. Holness indicated that greater focus will be placed on the program, which was suspended due to the coronavirus pandemic. We have started with $500 million, and because of COVID-19, we had to suspend the program. We just restarted it. We do plan the next round to increase the allocation and to double it to $1 billion, because we have been able to show and establish that we can build the houses, build them within the cost, build them on time, and have a system of allocation to beneficiaries that is fair, he pointed out. Holness noted that the NSHP is a symbol of hope for many Jamaicans. He sought to assure that the selection process for beneficiaries under the program is being done in a transparent, fair, and accessible manner. Jamaica recorded 44 new COVID-19 cases, 4 deaths. The country recorded 44 new COVID-19 cases yesterday and 4 deaths, bringing the infection total to 50,354 and the total deaths to 1,088. According to reports from the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the new cases comprise of 27 females and 17 males with ages ranging from 3 years to 87 years old. These cases were recorded in St. Catherine 9, Kingston and St. Andrew 8, St. Anne 6, Westmoreland 5, Hanover 4, Manchester and St. James 3 each, St. Thomas and Trelawney 2 each, St. Elizabeth and Portland 1 each. Deaths include a 60-year-old male and a 41-year-old female, both from St. James, along with a 69-year-old female from Kingston and St. Andrew and a 75-year-old male from St. Anne. Jamaica had 1,130 recoveries, bringing the total to 31,545, resulting in 17,356 active cases. Currently, 123 people are hospitalized, 13 of which are critically ill, while 30 are moderately ill. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell. to receive our daily news items.